Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night to you, wherever you may be watching me from tonight. I want to welcome you to tonight's episode of Chats with Themmy. I am excited. It's a new week, it's a new day. It's still Sunday on my end, by the way. Just so, just so we're clear, I did not miss my Sunday today. So today I am going to be talking about, as always, something interesting, okay? All right, let me have it right up here. Right on it. Ooh, we all go through this. We all go through the storms of life. We all go through the hustle and the bustle. We all go through the roller coaster, as some people like to call it. Um, oh no, this is not it. Okay, right here. We all go through the storms of life. We all go through hard times. We all go through difficult moments. And in those moments, we're like, I'm giving this my best shot. Why is this happening? You know, um, am I not good enough? Am I not okay? Am I not doing my best? Am I not showing up enough? Am I not, enhancing my skills enough and stuff like that? And it's during the challenging moments that we start to question ourselves. Life is full of several moments, the good, the bad, the ugly, the joyous ones, the happy ones, confusion sometimes in between. Um, but it's very important for us to maintain our praise. And I'm going to be sharing some personal stories on how I keep my sanity when, it's very stormy, when it's the road is very rocky, when the roller coaster is not roller coastering, it's really, really roller coastering. Sometimes how I keep my sanity, I'm going to be sharing personal stories around that and how I navigate myself because sometimes you just don't want to get up. Sometimes you just don't want to try. It's real. I mean, in as much as we want to be optimistic, I want to be real with ourselves. Sometimes sometimes you just want to throw in the towel. Sometimes you're like, okay, I'm just gonna drop this and do something else. There are moments like that. We all face it. The people you look up to face it. The people you admire face it. The people who you go to for counseling face that too. Nobody should tell you they don't have their own downtimes, or nobody should tell you, oh well, life is all fun and games on my end. I'm going to the beach. I'm hanging out here and there. Well, my family's with good. My business with good. My profession, my academic, my work, my school. There's no, I mean, there's picture perfect moments on social media, but there is no picture perfect life in real life, offline. There's absolutely no picture perfect life out there. All right. So don't get, too carried away by what you see on social media and stuff, and then you start to discredit your effort. But today, whew, sometimes it's a little rough. So today we're going to be talking about praising through the storm because the storm is natural. If we do not experience the storm, we won't appreciate the calmness. All right. Sometimes we need a storm to be able to understand and appreciate the calmness, to be able to understand the peace, to be able to understand the good things happening around us. Sometimes it takes the rough situation. It takes the things that, shake us here and there to be able to appreciate that, oh, life is actually meant to be enjoyed and not endured. So sometimes it takes the rough times, it takes the hardships, it takes the being broke to appreciate having money in your account or having money in your pocket. It takes hunger to appreciate a full belly. It takes, not knowing something to be able to, appreciate knowledge, especially if you do not know something and you behave like or you make a fool of yourself somewhere. It takes that embarrassment to appreciate knowledge. Sometimes it takes going through the storm to be able to appreciate resilience. So you're not just going out there to judge someone to say, Or you like to, show off and be like, oh, everything. Sometimes it takes the storm to make you appreciate that. All right. And sometimes the best ways to handle the storm is to praise your way. At least for me, it has worked. It works all the time. All right. Those are one of the best ways I go through stormy times in my life. All right. Because the thing is, during the storms of life is when we find ourselves questioning, why is this happening to me? In as much as I'm giving it my best shot, in as much as I'm doing my best, I'm putting myself out there. Sorry, but nothing seems to be working. Am I the only person? Why is it happening to me? Why is my friends, my friends' life are going great. Everything else is going great for other people. Why except me? Sometimes life gets that way. All right. But then when you go through trials and tribulations, maybe it's personal loss, maybe it's health issue, maybe it's financial struggle, or maybe it's even an emotional turmoil that you're going through. Praising through the storm simply means maintaining your faith, your gratitude, and positivity even in the face of hardships. Because what's the worst that could happen? It's a season you're going through. So you might as well just, build a positive atmosphere to be able to sail through that moment while it lasts, okay? Because if you don't, you cannot worry yourself out of it. You cannot depress yourself through that process. You cannot, you know, you cannot be negative through the entire process. You just make your weight as twice as much, okay? So maintaining your faith, understanding that in this time of hardship, it takes, it take it had to take me experience, and sometimes we take waking up from bed for granted. Your alarm clock does not wake you up. I remember the first time a few years ago when I had to encounter paying for air to breathe, paying for oxygen to be able to stay alive. And it was one of the most uncomfortable experience ever for me. But praising through the storm could mean you maintaining that positive atmosphere. You maintaining that gratitude, knowing that, okay, it could have been worse, but it got to this level. I am grateful that it did not take another turn. I am happy that I'm still breathing. I am happy that I'm still here. I am happy that I've been given another chance to look life in the eyes and say, I can do this. I'm going to make it. Praising your storm could mean different things for different people. All right? So when you understand that the storm is simply part of life, because life is unpredictable, natural storms are unpredictable. Natural storms are not something we can control. These are things out of our control. So the same goes for our life. The storms that life, bring our way, it's not something you can control. If any of us have been given the opportunity to have control over the storms of life, we would never add that to our experience book. Like, we would just, God, you know what, add this fun time and another enjoyment, and let me go this way, and another one. All right. Like, we just want to have the good times, and the best times, and the fun times, and adventurous times, and the sweet times, and the lovely times, and the what times. We would never include bad experiences in our book of experience if we had that choice. But the thing is, it's part of life. It's unpredictable, it's uncontrollable. difficult things we encounter in life is it's natural. Some just strike all of a sudden and disrupt our entire plans. Sometimes it leave us helpless. It leave us feeling so confused, like, how did I get here? But it simply means you're in touch with life. All of us at some point in our life will face a storm. Like I said, the people you look up to, the people you admire, your celebrities, your idols, your whoever. As long as you're breathing and you're on this earth, we all go through storms, okay? The difficult times are universal to human experiences. It may not be the same thing. Somebody's struggle may be on their health issue. Someone may be financial struggle. Someone may be going through emotional turmoil. Someone may be going through, sickness, pain, loss of a loved one. For everyone, it could mean different things. And then the emotional side of the storms is we feel overwhelmed during these tough times. Everything is just, you feel like life is just conspiring against you. The universe is against you. The universe don't want you to take a breather. Like you just feel like everything is just crumbling down. Okay? But one of the best ways is to praise your way through the storm. And praise in this context means maintaining your faith, whatever faith means for you. Maintaining your your attitude of gratitude. Because sometimes you even question your efforts, okay? Because like in these hard times, it doesn't look like your efforts are being recognized because everything is just failing. It can be very disheartening to be putting your best foot forward and all you do is not get the desired result that you want. It can be very frustrating, very frustrating. The people you look up to, they face the same thing. But the thing about the power of praise, and like I said, it could mean different things to different people. Praise shifts your focus. Sorry. Praise shifts your focus. It helps you to tilt your pushes your mind a little bit. It shifts your focus from that overwhelming nature of your problems to something positive aspect, some kind of positive aspect in your life. You don't ignore the issue, you do acknowledge the issue, but you also recognize and celebrate the good things that you still have. Okay? Say, for instance, you got involved in an accident. That's not a pleasant experience, but you're still alive. That's a reason to give gratitude to God. To say, God, I am grateful. That would have been worse, but I'm here. Say, for instance, you sent out your application, but you weren't accepted. It's okay. Before that next door unlocks, you can literally praise God in the hallway. I said, I know it's not open yet, but I know it's going to come. I know I'm going to receive whatsoever I'm praying for and I'm working towards. Because the Bible said we need to balance it. Faith without work is dead. So, in as much as we're praying, we need to put in the work. We need to, you know, leverage our human efforts. And then we're going to leave the rest to God, and God's going to do what only God's going to do, or what only God can do. All right. So, Praising means different things. What does praise mean to you? Whatever praise means to you, it helps you shift your focus. Okay? You're grateful for the good things that are happening in spite of the bad things that you're going through. If you're going through a terrible situation, but you have a strong support system, that's something to be grateful for. It could be worse. Some people are going through the tough times of their life, but they're alone. Even if you're part of those people going through tough times and you're alone, you're alive. Okay? So there's always something to be grateful for. When we practice the attitude of gratitude, or you know, when we showcase the attitude of gratitude, then we start looking at our little milestones of blessings, even in terrible times. It can be appreciating your support system. It could be acknowledging that moment of peace or personal strength and resilience that you are demonstrating and walking through that fire with. Some people cannot handle half the things you go through. They're just gonna, you know what, I can do this. No, I'm done. But here you are. You made it through step one of what could have killed you, but you survived it. You made it through step two of what could have killed you, but you survived it. And you're here. All right? You are right here. And you're stronger than you started. What does praise mean to you? You got to praise through the storms of life. You have to praise through the storm. Praising helps you to maintain your faith, whatever higher power you believe in. If you look at your problem with that approach of praising through the storm, it's going to help you to maintain your spiritual connection, because praising is deeply rooted in faith. Whatever it is, I believe in Jesus. I don't know what you believe in. You could believe in yourself, in the universe, but maintaining your faith helps you to strengthen your spiritual connection. Knowing that there's a greater purpose to whatever is happening right now. There's a greater plan to whatever I'm suffering right now. There's a greater, picture behind this. There's a bigger picture ahead. By maintaining your faith, you're giving yourself hope. You're demonstrating resilience. You're like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, it's not over. It's not over until I win. It's not over until I'm victorious. It's not over until I get to the finish line. And that beacon of hope guides you through your darkest moment, reminding you that the storm is temporary. I was just sitting there and meditating on something, and I'm like, sometimes the storm is very rough. But guess what? We can still enjoy the coolness of the breeze in the storm. Picture a physical storm. You can still enjoy the coolness of the breeze from that storm. So there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to praise about. You can literally praise your way through the storm. When you focus on praising through the storm and showcasing gratitude or expressing gratitude, it strengthens your emotional intelligence, your emotional resilience. It makes it easier for you to handle stress or whatever adversity is ahead of you. It makes you look at life in a more positive light. It makes you prepare more, because now your mind is not clouded by all the negative things going on around you. You're like filtering them, and you're just courageously going through. Maintaining your praise or praising through the storm helps you to look at things from a whole positive outlook. Be like, okay, oh, I understand now. This is why this happened. One thing you can do to praise through the storm is to record all your positive moments. How do you take note of the good things that happen to you? What are you grateful for? I know you're sick, but what are you grateful for? Even with your ill health. I know you're down in finances, but what are you grateful for? Even in your brokenness. I know your job is not going well, but what are you grateful for? I know your business is not coming on fine, but what are you grateful for? They did not accept you to that college you applied to. What are you grateful for? In spite of everything. All right? Record that. Sometimes it's like just everywhere is just locked up. You turn left, there's no way. You turn right, there's no way. You turn front, there's no way. Back, no way. Side, no way. When you fall on your back, you look up to that higher power you believe in. What is the higher power you believe in? Look up. What does that mean to you? All right? What does that mean to you? When you're going through the storm, you want to be able to stay present. What do you do to be in the moment? Do you practice mindfulness? Do you meditate? Do you pray? What do you do? Be present in that moment. Stay grounded. Understand what's going on. Sometimes, even if you do not understand, just praying through the challenge, praying through the pain, you can have some sense of peace, you know, that may provide clarity that can give you a whole, relaxed mind to draw new perspective to whatever you're going through. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people, people who can offer you encouragement in spite of the storm, who can offer you a great perspective during tough times. Like I said, you may be going through challenge, but you have a supportive community. Be grateful for that community. You may be going through tough times, but you're waking up from bed. Be grateful for waking up from bed. Some people go through tough times and their brain can take it, their mind can take it, their bodies can take it. Like they're just done. But remember that bad thing that happened to you? I remember 2013 was one of my difficult years. 2013 was when I first ever in my life to have a suicidal thought. Like, but thankfully it didn't come as a suicidal thought. It came as a what if kind of thought. What if I harm myself? That's how it came. And I'm grateful it came that way because I was losing it. Like the bolts, the nuts, the whatever whatever it is, school, I was just losing everything. It was a very difficult time for me. But when that frustration came, it came as a question, what if I do this? It's like one side of me. And then the other part of me said, you will never get to experience the amazing person you're to become tomorrow. And when I thought about that, when I thought about that, I'm like, you know what? I want to see the amazing person I'm going to be tomorrow. And that's like how many years ago? 11 years ago. Did I grow into the amazing woman I am meant to be? Yes, I did. I am still doing that. But if I had done something to myself 11 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to experience that Thelma now. I wouldn't have been able to look back on my journey and say it was worth it. So praise could mean you praying, you just listening to songs and worshiping, or simply you just maintaining a positive attitude towards that challenge, towards that problem. Okay? So whenever you're going through a challenge, you can literally praise through that job. You can literally praise through that rejection. You can literally praise through that tough situation. Whatever it is, whatever praise means to you, whatever praise means to you, you can praise through the storm. All right? Connect yourself with positive people. Now, one thing I realized that have helped me on my journey is positive affirmation. I can do this. I'm powerful. I'm sane. I'm brilliant. I'm beautiful. What do you think? Okay, so I used to convince myself that I wasn't pretty. All right, I I used to tell myself I wasn't pretty, and that led to, you know, several episodes of bad experiences because of what I was telling myself. I wasn't always positive. No, I wasn't always positive. I had to learn it. I had to develop a positive attitude to praise through my storm. I had to be intentional about it. You may not always be positive. Maybe you're somebody who, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't talk to yourself positively. All right. But I had to, you know, reaffirm my beliefs in myself. I had to affirm and reaffirm. I had to reinforce my faith in God and in myself and remind myself of my strength and that the storms and the challenges I was going through, it was just temporary. It was not going to last too long. Matter of fact, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts too long. How long is too long? How long is too long? Ask yourself. Oh, I've been going through this for several months. How long is too long? It won't last too long. And too long can mean different things. For Abraham, too long meant 25 years. For some people, too long is 2 months. For some people, too long is a week. For some people, too long is 6 months. But for Abraham in the Bible, too long was 25 years. That's 2 decades and a half. All right. So you want to be able to, you know, pour some positive things back into yourself because it's going to help you to still float. Sometimes when you're going through all these challenges, just helping others can give you a sense of purpose. Who do you know you can, extend your own human help to? Is it to volunteer in your community? Is it to talk to kids, to young people, to people suffering from, battling addictions of different things? How can you give back to humanity that gift that you have to give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment? When you practice acts of kindness, you create a ripple effect of positivity. It benefits both you and the receiver. That's what happens. All right. So, praising through your storm is a very powerful approach to navigating life challenges are inevitable. It's not going to go away, it's going to keep happening. It may not be the same challenge every time, but it will just be different shades of challenges, But there are challenges. It doesn't matter your status, doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter your religion. We all go through challenging moments. We all do. All right. But you see, your conscious choice or your conscious decision to focus on the positive things, maintain your faith, and cultivate the attitude of gratitude, it helps you to look at adversity square on in the face and say, I am not going anywhere. I'm going to face you head on and I am going to win at the end of the day. So, whatever praise means to you, learn to praise through the storms of life. All right? Find strength in your struggle. Because guess what? Those challenges come to build your muscle. It comes to, you know, help you to see how resilient you can be, how much grit you have built. You will come out of each challenge stronger. And now, by the time the storms have gone away, you would then appreciate the calmness that comes after that storm. You'd be like, "Whew, that was a roller coaster ride. Finally, I can catch my breath and take some fresh air in." All right? Finally, that can happen now. And then you become more appreciative of your current calmness that you feel. Okay? So I'm wrapping up in a minute. I hope tonight's discussion, um, add some value to your new week, to your day. Remember to praise through the storms of life you're going through. I don't know if it's your health or it's grief or it's financial challenge or instability. I don't know if it's your academics or your job, whatever it is. Remember to maintain a positive attitude. Shift your focus from the weight of the problem. Acknowledge the problem, but shift your focus from there. Okay? Shift your focus a little bit. It'll help you to, enjoy the ride. It doesn't mean it's not bumpy, but focus on the ride, the actual ride. Focus on the adventure of the journey. The bumpy roads, okay? But most of the time, bumpy roads would usually lead to beautiful destinations. It doesn't mean smooth road doesn't lead to beautiful destinations. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But it'll help you navigate even easier. All right? I wish you a wonderful week ahead. I hope you get through this week successful, praising through your storm, whatever the storm is for you, whatever praise means to you. I hope you praise through the storm, and I hope you come out victorious and successful and fulfilled. Thank you for joining me on tonight's episode of Chat with Themmy. I will see you tomorrow. Technically, later on tonight. So thanks for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Good night. Bye.